What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in today. Here we have my profile for Jiren Blind Destruction. Thought I'd do a quick one here to whip it up for you guys. I got top 32, just missed out on top 16. I came in 20th or 21st, something like that. And yeah, I feel extremely well for Jiren. So almost got that 16, just missed out. It was on the last round 2, round 6. So, but yeah, no, we piloted through a fair bit of meta hell, so to speak. We piloted through 2 Icaruses, 2 Cell Surges, a Gogeta Zeno, and my last round, kudos to, a shout out to this guy, I think his name is Matt Townsend, Android 18 mil, which was just completely unexpected. And that guy hit the top 16, so it was down to the wire between me and him as well, into game 3 as well, which was insane. Great game though, so no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Well done, brother, that was much well deserved. So we'll get into the deck. So Jiren Blind Destruction, everyone knows this, obviously. You know, the card's insane, the leader's awesome, and if you get this right and it pops off, it's almost next to unstoppable. It's an aggro. No, anyway, without a doubt. So, first of all, I'm going to do a big shout out to Eddie St. Hilaire, man. Like, the deck's insane without Unison. It really is. It's awesome. So, I got the idea of him with his no Unison run, and Harrison Lockley for giving me his profile. Thank you very much, my friend, to look up the deck profile so I can get a good idea and a glimpse onto what he's actually running in this. So, I've made some changes myself, as you can probably already see from the from the profile. Now, from probably Eddie's profile, I've made some little changes. I hope you guys enjoy it. Anyway, I'll get into it now. So we started off by running, Eddie runs 4 crowns, I chose to run 3. Now this card, I would probably up it to 4 because the card's insane. Like, if you see this card, Crown, man, like, you're going up against your opponent, especially Icarus and such, and even Cell Surge, man. The guy, like, the decks always keep 2NG open so they can run that Boo Negate, or, you know, and obviously counter players and stuff from the Icarus and all that. So this thing is just beautiful. It's going to hit those targets that you want when you pop it off, and it's going to make them either use up their energy to counterplay this card, or, you know, they're just going to have to deal with you looking at their hand. So crowns, we run 3. Further in Destructions, we run 3 copies of as well. Awesome card. Obviously, everyone knows this card from set 1. The card's insane. We all love it. I mean, that 10k double strike sneaky attack is just so huge all the time in the combo step, especially pumping it off with the Jiren 5-drop Jiren Surge of Strength. We'll get into that in a moment. Gine and my Raditz. So my super combos I chose to run as well was 3 Raditzes and 1 Gine, because I felt like at times the Gine just came in clutch to give that extra 6k combo boost. So you get that extra 1k, and also drawing a card. So that's, I mean, it was good. It came in clutch at times, not only in offense but defense as well. So that was great. For the whole Jiren chain, or Universe 11 chain as well, with that matter. So we went for Jiren the Avenger. Obviously, we run 4 of them and 4 of Thirst of Power. These are your main boys in the Jiren deck. They are absolutely awesome for what they are, because they got so many effects going on. It's nuts. They both, you know, Jiren the Avenger draws your card. It's always a great plus. Jiren Thirst for Power searches out the top 5, grabs any Jiren card to your hand. But also just the main effect as well from the Avengers, where you can just, it's only limit once per turn, but sinking him at the bottom of the deck when you drop an additional card from hand, being a red card, and then just searching for a 5 or a 4 cost from your deck to add to hand is just huge. So you're guaranteed to find your pieces. Guaranteed to find your pieces regardless. So on that note, the evolution. Awesome, man. So Jiren Devastating Might. Now this card's kind of like my second MVP to the deck, because this card, negging 10 and drawing a card for free, is bonkers. So this is what helped me get over stuff like the you know, the higher dragons in the Icarus deck, and that when they bounce them back out, use them for combo to draw, to always plus. Well, Jiren kind of just gets rid of the little knickknacks like that too. You know, negging 10k off it, just getting rid of it and drawing a card. And then if you're awakened on the other side, mind you, with the leader, you got the limit 2, which gives him a plus 5k as well, which is huge. You know, buffing this guy up to 25k is nuts. And then The 5 cost, this guy right here, he is the MVP of the deck. The number 1 MVP. Evolves on a 1 or 4 cost for only 1 energy. Pediates only limit once per turn. I wish we could do it many times. Then we can just run rampant, but no, we can't. That's a bit bonkers as well. Permanent ability is that he just sticks to the board, guys. If he was removed by skills, you just take 2 cards out from underneath him, or you just take a life and add to hand. Unfortunately, does not get over the negging ability. So if he does get negged down to 0, obviously from the game mechanics, he is still going to leave the game, the battlefield. So that's a bit unfortunate, but that's obviously on the opposite, sort of things that you think, like to red or whatever. So it's like 90% of the time he's going to stick on the board. So here's the MVP. It's safe to say you can go in for game with this guy as well. 19k dual attack is just huge as well for him, especially for such a cheap cost. Pride of Universe 11 promo as well. This guy, the Pride of Universe 11, this promo is huge in the deck. We run 4 of him as well. To dump him and then to discard, bring out 2 1-cost Universe 11s from the drop area back out is huge as well. So then you can just start off your X-Evolve chain straight off the bat. It's just nuts. Like, you can dump that, bring out a 1-cost, evolve on the 4-cost for free. Neg 10k, draw a card, plus 5k on the leader, tap 2, go into the Jiren if you have 3 or more energy as well, the Jiren Zenith of Power. Like, so basically for 2 energy, you can just bounce this guy out, 35k double strike, dual attack essentially, and next 35k ignoring barrier or something. It's just nuts. Like, it's huge. And this is what I mean, like how the deck is just performing so well. But I just feel sometimes missing that little bit of edge of something else. But, that's why we go around and try and do, different things in it. So that's a huge card, that promo. 4 1-cost Kunshi Threaded Manipulations as well. This card's great. It's from the draft box. Neg 4, draw a card. It gets rid of the little knickknacks like Icarus is running in there, like that Lord Slug 1-cost. That's a 4k. Gets rid of that. Other little 4-costs and stuff. They're little knickknacks that run rampant, that stick to the board. You just neg them, get rid of them, and draw a card. That's always nice. 3 of the Kunshi Warrior of Universe 11. Now I know Eddie runs 4 of them. I chose to run 3. Gives you 1-cost barrier, set for himself. Still really good. And draws you a card. Stuff like these, Eddie ran 4 and 4 and 4 of. I chose to run 3 just because we kind of bounced off the deck a bit and went, all right, let's add some other little additional spice to it. So down here, you'll see it. We went 4. Starting off, SS Blue Kaioken Goku. This one here, Concentrated Destruction. This card here, I just play a 1 of in the deck. He was clutch, man. This guy, especially against Icarus, when they dump out the slug, that's a 20k barrier, or 20 or 25k barrier. That's in rest mode and you can't draw cards because of his effect when he's in rest mode. This card came in clutch for those sort of situations. Just tap 2, neg 25k, ignoring barrier off it, done. Don't have to deal with it. So having that kind of that in the deck was really nice, and also just his effect in general when he has deflect, cost 3, just blow up your opponent's board with 20k or less is huge as well. So situations where he came in handy was super good. I love the card. Secret Identity, the only overwhelm card I chose to run the deck, only 1 of. Warp 6, up to 6, and he's a 25k attack. It's beautiful. Dump a Further Destruction on it for 1 energy. You warp 6 cards of your opponent, warp up to 6 energy cost of your opponent's cards, and 35k double strike. Yeah, that's good any day of the week, right? That's huge. This guy's a little bit of another MVP, not the MVP like I was talking about, but it's just funny enough. This card is just, it's such a good card in this deck as well. That's why we chose to go Zenith of Power. We chose to run 3 of that instead of 4. I thought I would dial down to 3 because adding 2 of these in the deck, so I chose to run 2. Goku Divine Presence was huge. The fact that he has Deflect as well is awesome, and the other effect with the permanent ability that he can't be removed from your battle area during your turn by your opponent's skills. So you can go in for game for this guy. He gets over all that, so that's what's just that added extra pressure in the deck. And the fact that he essentially becomes a 30,000 dual attack as well is big. He's a dual attack in itself, 20k here. He gains the plus 5k boost when he swings, but when he's played from the activate battle, you can give him another plus 5k because you choose up to one of your red mono cards and just give it plus 5k. Give it to himself, buff him up to 25, swing, give him another 5k. He's a 30k dual attack that has deflect and can't be removed by skills. That's huge. So that was a little bit of added extra pressure I chose to put in the deck. Testing the opposition, 3 of them, negate player blocker, free when you have 5 less life. Great card. That was in clutch too in certain games. It's a huge card. I absolutely love the card. That's probably just my best negate. I feel one of the best negates for red right now for the time being. On that note, secret rare. This one's quite interesting. I know you guys are kind of looking at it going, what? The Radiant Saiyans, man. This card is huge. Turn 2, dumping this on your opponent. They don't know what to expect. It's another 0-10k combo in your deck as well anyway. So it gives you that extra combo pressure, combo power. But on that note, if your opponent's at 2 energy at least, you can chuck this onto them turn 2. 40k, double strike, critical. Because my leader is red, she will gain, the Radiant Saiyans will gain off the permanent ability, the double strike and the critical. So 40k double crit for 2 energy, that's nice. And a 0-10k combo, even better. So this card did come in handy in certain games as well, which was huge, especially against Cell Surge, because once I dump that out, they've already got kind of like a bit of a low enough hand how it is anyway, and they're just trying to kind of get on top of drawing and discarding your opponent. So the fact that you're doing the opposite to them and making them discard to either save or to take a double critical damage is huge. So they're not getting extra hand power. Same thing with this card here too. Topo Righteous Aid I chose to run in the deck. 2 of them. Negate, comes out for 2 in your defense turn. Negate, play him. Opponent can't swing unless they discard 2 cards, obviously, from their hand every time. And each time. Great negate. Great extra pressure, 20k body on the field. But having said that, this is the other card I chose to run. A one-of. Just a one-of. Topo Unleashed. Because we started flooding the deck with a lot more Universal 11s, we're playing the Kunchis and such, I chose to go for the Topo with the Unleashed. Because for 1 energy, you evolve on top of the Righteous Aid from negating the previous turn. You place up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. As long as you've got 8 or more Universal 11s in your drop area, you draw 2 cards. And he gains double strike and critical. And he's also got barrier. And he's 25,000 and he's also a blocker. So this is huge. To have that one-off Topo Unleashed in there as well is just... To pull that off though, in that position, it's a good play. It costs you 1 energy to do. So you're plussing a lot of effects in that one turn for that from that card. So it's a huge play. I feel, in my opinion, that your opponent will have to deal with without knowing that you'd be running something like that in this sort of deck. So awesome card at times that can be a clutch card, can also be a very flooded card too at the same time, because otherwise it's just going to sit there and do nothing as well if you don't have a Topo out. So this is where the sideboard comes in handy, right? But yeah, so I mean, like against stuff like Self Surge or against Gogeta Zeno as well, testing the opposition, Topo Righteous Aid, these cards were really good. They came in clutch. Haven't spoken about him, everyone knows him, but of course, the Zenith of Power. This guy's huge, 35k double strike, activate main, discard 1 card underneath him into the drop, restand him, plus 5,000 to your leader, and another 35k double strike swing. Essentially a dual attack. That's what I was saying before. He's essentially a 35k double strike dual attack for 2. It's huge. The card's massive. Such a good card. It's probably one of my favourite cards in the game, given his position and what he can do. It's huge. And negs 35,000 ignoring barrier. It's just massive. So essentially, because of the limit 2 for the X evolve and then the plus 5 from restanding him, you can buff up your leader to 30,000 in that one turn. And then your leader itself is a 30k base, with then smacking a further indestruction on it, making him a 40k double strike. That's just big as well. It's massive. So this is where the big power comes involved for this sort of thing. So a lot of times, even if you're afraid that you're not seeing your super combos, at least you've got a lot of attack pressure, a lot of power pressure there on your opponent to make them use up their resources. So it was quite fascinating. It was quite good to see how well this went off against Icarus, Cell Surge, competed against Gogeta Zeno, but obviously got ran down to the ground. And then, yeah, the Android 18 mil. The only thing was just like, yeah, I felt super comfortable against the mil, but that's what it was. As soon as it played out, the Freezer 5 cost, swung in to my leader, boom, I just milled 28 cards out of my deck, and that was it, because he beefed up to like 11 tokens or something. It was crazy, it was nuts. But anyway, we'll go to the side deck. I'll get to the gameplays in a second with the deck. But this is the gameplays right here. So the gameplays, the side deck right here. So we played another Topo in the side, another one of, just in case if I felt like I needed to see him more in certain matchups against aggro or such. But even that, it was very hard. Dabura, Ritual at Hand, we played 3 of them. Obviously against Hand Destruction, it came in clutch. It was really good against Cell Surge. 4 Piccolo Junior Unisons as well. 1 SS4 Bardock Find against Fate. So we got another Overwhelm in there if you want to add the extra pressure on. 2 Violent Rays as well. That's against opposite aggro. So that slowed down the Gogeta Zeno game. Was actually pretty close on game 2, but I still got rolled. Wolffang Fist, 2 of them. -15k ignoring barrier off a battle card or off their leader. It's huge. And 2, obviously, Yamcha, the Merciless Barrage, the counterplays. -15k off 2 battle cards, you know. So it was pretty clutch, all the games like I was in, like it was very good. Most of the time, just quickly recapping on the Nats as well. The OC Nats, it was such a good weekend. So yeah, we got through both Icarus decks. One of them being Tom Lane from Namekian Witness Protection. Shout out to that guy. Thanks for the games, bro. We had such a great game. I got him on game 1. Couldn't get me back on game 2, so I got the win on him on that. Yeah, just saw everything I needed to see. Added that pressure. I felt like, unfortunately, he looked like he was on the defense most of the time, and I just kind of had more control of that game. So that's what led me to that solid victory there. Thank God. So I hate Icarus. Nah, Icarus is alright. But yeah, no, it was a good game. It was awesome. Also, yeah, the second Icarus player, which was fellow Perth member Patrick. Yeah, I got him on 2-1 on that one. Got him game 1. He got me back game 2. He just controlled the game after that, going first, and kind of had me on the back foot a little bit, and I was like, shit, okay, so everything I was thrown at him, he was prepared for. So very good player. Third game, we went into time, and I just got him before that was called. So yeah, managed to rush him down, which was awesome. So that was that was a good victory over Icarus once again. Can't remember the other Cell Surge player though, but I know definitely know the first Cell Surge player I played, which was Glenn Jones from Collector's Card Game Company. Collector Company, yeah, the team there. You guys rock. Benny, Will, John, and Glenn. So it was awesome to finally play against Glenn Jones. I haven't played him before. Great guy. We had such a great time chatting and having a good game. So I did get him 2-0. Unfortunately, the Jiren man, for him, it was just too much attack pressure. He didn't see his cards that he wanted to see. It looked like he was having a pretty hard time, and my pressure was just relentless. We got on top of it. Second game, he had a bit more of a better play, but it still wasn't enough. Stuck out Dabura on him as well when he went for the first Hand Destruction, and got me a bit, but I just kept my hand size up and I kept the pressure on. So, but yeah, no, we still had a great game regardless. It was good to verse one of the guys on that side of the team as well. So thanks for the games, bro. It was much love there. And then there was obviously also Gogeta Zeno, which was my teammate Chris Wright, fellow teammate PX3. My God. So we went into that game. Game 1, he absolutely obliterated me. I just didn't stand a chance. It was just nuts. Because he saw everything. He saw the nuts. It was just don't really want to talk about that too much. No, it was a good game though. No, it was awesome. Game 2 was a lot closer. We had I got him down to almost literally I think 3 or 4 cards in hand, and I was closing out for game, but he just had the answers. So no, it was good. To know that my only loss was my only 2 losses were to my teammate Gogeta Zeno and the Android 18 mil. just missing out. I was still pretty happy with the day. So this Jiren deck performed extremely well. It was awesome. Better than I thought too, actually. I did test with it a little bit. I've always been testing with Jiren, but this sort of thing I kind of mixed it up a little bit, and I felt comfortable with it, especially Simp behind on the 5 cost. That card's insane. But even like stuff like when you're dumping out, say, the Jiren Pride of Universe 11, putting that in your job, dumping out 2 Jiren two 1 cost red Universe 11 cards here, then using them from field to combo to then tap 2 to play out the Goku Divine Presence is a nice little play as well. So that was huge in a sense. So if I was like, I don't see the 8 cost, I can't see myself evolving into the 8 cost this turn, like, I've got a Divine Presence in hand, I'll knock that out. That's still a good card to utilize as well in situations to get essentially a 30k dual attack off, and then just further in destruction and down to the win. So stuff like that was just the clutch. It was awesome. So yeah, no, thank you. I'll wrap it up there. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Thank you for putting up with me for this long. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Quick shout out to my team. You guys are doing so well. Jake Wheeler for hitting the top 8 in finals. And also Crystal. I know I've done a big shout out already over the pages, but Crystal and Trent from Tag Games, you guys are awesome for organising the event still over webcam for all of us in Australia. I don't know if you hear it a lot or I don't know whatnot, but you guys, I know could probably take some time to do, but just want to say thank you very much. We do appreciate it regardless of everything that you guys put your work into. Same thing with all the judges like Gary Baker and Ryan and that, like for someone else, all the judges anyway that held strong through the day, made sure everything was running smoothly and went to par. It was really good. Everything that was, all problems or anything that was done, that was solved, it was done correctly, it was done properly, it was all down to the T, and you guys done an awesome job. So man, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. We love you. Thank you. And to everyone else at home watching, thank you guys, the subscribers, all the people watching, thank you so much. So if you haven't already, jump onto our YouTube channel, Facebook, our YouTube, give us a subscribe, follow us, hit that bell to stay notified, and yeah, we'll keep you guys up with the great shows. Until then, have a great one, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers, guys.